All right, let's hope y'all know I can be a little technology challenged at times, which is funny because I love technology. All right, hear me. I should be live on my Facebook profile, my Facebook business page, and on YouTube. Yay! Okay, now hopefully I don't do anything dumb and knock us all down. Now, if you cannot hear me, please try to drop it in the comments and I will see what I can get going because, well, last time we were all live and I realized there was no sound on my personal profile. So, hey, okay, let's get going because, there's nothing worse than jumping on a live and someone just rambles forever and, you don't have anything. So, today we are going to talk about one of my favorite topics, actually, because you see it reoccurring often. And this one is identity reentry. And I specifically, want to talk about when my anxiety actually becomes our identity. Now, I have been having one of those weeks where my body is louder than my thoughts. And yes, I have been stressed, very stressed. Not falling apart, not spiraling, just carrying more than usual. And when that happens, I start paying closer attention to my body because it tells the truth before my words do. Like I can feel that knot deep in my chest start. And it made me notice something about the language we use. We say things like, oh, that's just my anxiety. Not, I'm anxious right now. Not, this is a stressful week, but my anxiety. Like it's a possession. Like it belongs to us. Like it explains everything. And I started wondering what happens when we let that part part of us, define how we see ourselves. So I want to be really clear here, especially because this matters to me personally. All right. Um, Nail biting and picking have been part of my life for as long as I can remember. I usually try to hide that behind my artificial nails because, well, I don't have any. I don't have a memory where some version of that wasn't there. Most of the time, I'm not even aware I'm doing it. It's automatic, it's background. That's what body focused repetitive behaviors, aka BFRB, is like for a lot of people. All right, it's not something that shows up only when you're stressed. It's something your nervous system learned early. And here's the honest part, when stress or anxiety hits, especially in a bigger way, those old coping skills don't disappear, they get louder. The stress doesn't cause it, the stress triggers what my nervous system already knows how to do. It reaches for what's familiar, okay, what's regulating, what once helped me get through a season. And lately, it's been really loud. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, hey, Cheryl Miller here. I am your Jesus loving, coffee drinking, certified nutrition and wellness coach. And I help women stop hiding behind fine and rebuild their energy, their confidence, and their identity so they can live a life with purpose, passion, and possibility. So I'm going to tell you, cheek biting, that one's newer for me. It started around 2019. And not because I became a different person, but because life shifted, pressures changed, my nervous system adapted the only way it knew how. And that distinction matters because it tells me this isn't something being wrong with me. It's about how my body responds when things get harder. And this is where identity comes in. When something has been with you your whole life, you don't question it. You don't see it as information. You see it as it's just me. And when stress hits, those behaviors intensify, and it's very easy to turn that into judgment. To think, why can't I stop? What's wrong with me? But what if instead of asking, why can't I stop, we asked, what just got harder? That question changes everything. Because this is where the I'm fine shows up. We say I'm fine or we're fine because technically we are. I mean, we're functioning, right? We're handling things, we're showing up. But fine can also be a coping strategy. Not a bad one, a smart one, one that has worked. And when something shifts in midlife, roles change, the paces change, the constant bracing isn't required the same way. That's when our body sometimes it gets confused, all right? Because stillness doesn't always feel peaceful. Sometimes it feels uncomfortable. Sometimes roles change and new stress is brought on. And women will just say, why can't I relax? This should be something I'm enjoying. Nothing is wrong. But your nervous system, it didn't get the memo. Sometimes old behaviors just pop back up. And when you try to draw boundaries, sometimes again, those behaviors, they get triggered. And this is the part I really want you to hear. I don't think anxiety is who we are. I think it's something our nervous system learned to do really, really well. And because we call it mine, we stop questioning it. We stop getting curious. We stop asking, what helps me feel more settled? What helps me feel contained instead of busy? And sometimes the answers are small. For me, for example, I've learned to crocheting, all right? Crocheting helps. Not because it fixes anything, not because it made it go away, but because it gave my hands a job. It gave my brain something to focus on instead of chomping the heck out of my cheek or my nails. It gave my hands a job. My nervous system got a little relief. And it made me realize how much energy. Hey, I'm living. I got people popping in from everywhere. And it made me realize how much energy I spend just holding myself together. I think a lot of women are right here now, especially in this season of our life, when the question isn't, what do I need to do to get through today? But it's, who am I now? Maybe you're not bracing all the time. Maybe you don't have the kids dependent on you. And now you're wondering what next. Or maybe you're taking care of aging parents. That's not a question you answer quickly or cleanly or with a solution. It's something you notice and you just let unfold. So if you're listening and you're thinking, why does this get louder when I'm stressed? Why can't I just stop? Why does my body do this? I want you to hear this clearly. You're not broken, and you're not doing anything wrong. Your body learned something once, and now you're allowed to respond to it with curiosity instead of judgment. So, if this made you notice something about yourself, good. You don't need to do with anything with it just yet. Just notice. We're going to keep talking about this subject, and I hope you will join me next Friday. So, when we have another free coaching Friday. All right. See y'all. Bye.